My ex-fiancé broke off our engagement and told me that we were better off as friends. Now she's confused as to why I was asking her to return the ring and kicking her out. My ex-fiancé broke up with me because she felt that we barely saw each other, which was a lie. I work in a family restaurant, and by the time my fiancé gets off work, I wouldn't make it home until 3 to 5 hours after her, depending on the day. She's been wanting me to find a new job because she felt it wasn't fair she worked longer hours than I did and that since I worked in the evenings, she didn't feel like we had enough time together. I always told her that I had no desire to quit and that I thought it would be beneficial for us if she were to work with me because we get more time off and we get to spend it together. She told me she felt uncomfortable working for my parents, and I accepted that. She'd still complain occasionally, but I never thought she'd break up with me for it. She did. And she said my work schedule was the reason. This upset me deeply because I didn't understand. I don't work Sundays or Mondays, and I get to spend time with her on Tuesday mornings and Saturday mornings before I go to work. I thought we were past it, but I was wrong. When she broke up with me, I was hurt. She apologized but told me that with our work schedules, she didn't see how we could get married if I wasn't going to try and find a better job for all of us. She said it would be better if we just stayed friends. I told her that she knew before we got engaged what my schedule was, and she shouldn't accepted it in the first place. She told me that she received it because she thought that, over time, I would try and find a different job. After our breakup, I avoided her because I didn't want to see her anymore, but then I felt I shouldn't have to be uncomfortable in my own home. It's not big enough to avoid her completely, and I felt she needed to move out. I told her that I thought that she needed to go, and since we weren't getting married anymore, there was no point in us living together. She asked me if I was serious, and I told her I was. I asked for the ring back as well. She got upset by this because she said I gave it to her and shouldn't ask for it back since it meant something to her. I told her I bought it so we could get married, but since we weren't getting married, I wanted it back. She told me that I could easily afford to get a new one and that I was greedy. She said that trying to kick her out and ask for her ring back after we'd been together for so long was insensitive and that I should be ashamed of myself. I didn't budge. She ultimately gave me the ring back and moved out 9 days ago, but she told me that if I truly loved her, I wouldn't have asked for the ring back and would have allowed her to continue living with me. She said that she had a legitimate reason to call off our engagement and that she shouldn't be made homeless because of it. She noted that it was her home, too, since she lived there with me and shouldn't have to live with her parents. I don't fault her for calling off our engagement. I just wish she would have told me sooner. What I have a problem with is the fact she thinks she still has to live with me and gets to keep the ring that I bought.